Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have everyone here. Sorry for the delays on the stream. Some players feel like classes are more important than Dota.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Why are they in university, even?
Right?
Do they go there to study?
That's dumb. It's clearly
You obviously
the
go there to find friends to play Dota with.
Yeah, the most expensive Dota boot camp you'll ever put together.
Yeah.
All right, well, why are we talking about... Exactly. Why are we talking about college and Dota? Well, that's because this is the Collegiate Star League 2017 to 2018 season. My name is Wivrex. I am joined, as always, by my good pal, Golgiap.
Hello.
Hello, hello. And we are here to bring you UC San Diego versus UC Davis. Seen a number of California teams here in the West region because, of course, it's freaking California. They could honestly just have their own entire bracket with the amount of colleges they have.
And this is the second time we won't be able to cast San Diego here. They won the first game we casted. They were against who were they against?
UC Santa Cruz?
Yeah, that's right. It was against Santa Cruz, and that was a game where Attila played Monkey King, I believe. I think he got it twice. Yeah, and then he did incredibly on that Monkey King. Probably the best positioned Wukong's commands that I've seen. And consistently, too. He just constantly landed really, really, really good Wukong's commands.
Yeah, and he positioned himself really well and allowed his team to catch the attention of the other team, so they went rushing in thinking they were in an advantageous position. And then all of a sudden, right in their backline, just monkeys.
Yeah, it's a spell that gets like kind of just thrown out because it's like a fire and forget a lot of times, and but sometimes you just really see shine in fights. It's kind of like, you know, the difference between like Underlord kind of has those spells, right? You can just throw out his spells wherever, and then they will do decent work no matter where you really throw them. But sometimes you just throw the perfect pill mouse and he catches like 4 people a couple of times. And then it just does way too much work. It's kind of like those spells. Of course, Wukong's command will just win you the entire team fight by itself.
Now, according to my notes here, UC Davis is actually no slouch either. They are one of the best teams out there, according to CSL. So, UC San Diego and UC Davis both undefeated at this time, so we're gonna have another crash breaker game here, breaking the streaks.
Yeah, our first game was really good, so I didn't mean a question mark.
Gold, you troll.
I typed a question mark by mistake.
Oh yeah, that's right. SD was horchata.
Yeah, horchata. We were talking about how you didn't like horchata.
UC Davis has this real professional looking banner. Like, I can't remember the other team, but yeah, actual, like, shading and stuff on the flag that looks like it's a holding flag with their mascot.
Yeah.
San Diego's just a crappy, clipped JPEG of a jar of horchata.
Yeah, you got, like, this, like, weird, like, knob on the top for some reason, because it's just wrapping around the flag. Yeah, it's... It's a great flag. It's a great picture.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Don't change it ever.
UC Davis Aggies. Is that their mascot? You know what they're called? Aggies?
Aggies is specifically, my assumption is that they must be a agricultural specialized school.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
Because that's what, at most colleges, the agricultural department, and majors, they call themselves Aggies.
Ah, I see. Well, I mean, nothing to talk about here on the bands.
What do you think? A Spirit Breaker, Night Stalker, or Earthshaker?
Yeah, Earthshaker probably, most likely. I think all those are... I won't call it Earthshaker. What do you think? Well, what's the one that's going to get banned?
Night Stalker.
Night Stalker. Okay, let's see. Let's see who's right, or we can be both right if they both ban Earthshaker and Night Stalker. Wasting a lot of time here, actually.
Yeah.
Monkey.
Just okay. Yeah, I guess we could have predicted that.
Forgot. Oh no. I wanted to
Hicks,
see
we're
it.
both wrong.
Oh wow, we're both wrong. Crazy. Okay.
So Spirit Breaker pick.
Or Night Stalker. But yeah, that Monkey King ban immediately first phase. That must be why they were taking so long. People are like, no, why would you ban Monkey King at first phase? They're really good.
Choco was like, hey, shut up. Listen. Ban Monkey King first phase.
They're gonna first phase ban it. We're not gonna be able to do anything to counter it. So we're just gonna get out of the way. Again, thinking a lot of time on the first pick. This always kind of feels unfortunate every single time people are taking such a long time in the first phase bans and picks, because a lot of times these kind of things should come in with a plan to be able to pick these fast so you don't lose a lot of time. But Earthshaker is gonna get picked.
There's the Night Stalker, and then probably following up with the Shadow Shaman.
Shadow Shaman Night Stalker is a great combo, yeah. Or Jakiro.
Oh yeah, Chikira as well.
Yeah.
And I think whichever one doesn't get picked probably gets picked by the other.
There's like so little variety in supports dispatch. Both position and 4 and 5, like both of them are so limited. Like carries, you can see all range of carries. Almost all carries are viable, minus like Spectre and
the late gamers that need lots of farm.
yeah. Minus those, you can see all sorts of carries, right? But when it comes to supports, when it comes to position 5, you only see the Lich, the Shadow Shaman, and the Jakiro. You don't see very much outside from that. We saw like, you know, a situational, like sometimes that's an Oracle pick, and a Avenge last game we saw because of the Bat Rider. But otherwise, those like 3 are your bread and butter position 5s.
And the 3s and 4s see a lot of interchangeability of the same heroes as well. Your Earthshakers, your Nyxes, your Night Stalkers, your Sand King occasionally.
Yeah, Sand King occasionally. There's an ancient apparition. We
look like assholes now.
Definitely. I mean, they're mixing it up. We're glad. I mean, their first 2 picks were so standard, but ancient apparition, a position 5, we still see from time to time. He's great as long as you have some good setups for him.
Do you think we'll see a Void ban in the second phase?
We might. And Void is just a super classic. It's just a such a obvious combo, like from late game where you can just store the Chronosphere and the ulti, or even just before the late game. I talk about this all the time with just even ancient person isn't level 6. If he's level 3, he can just throw out a vortex under the person who was chronoed, and then throw the chilling touch on himself and Void, and then the person is basically guaranteed dead with the cold feet on top of that. So you see Davis going for something very safe here. Earthshaker Jakiro, it really can't get more vanilla than this.
But still quite powerful, both these heroes. The reason they're picked so much is their power here.
Yeah, and they're consistent. That's exactly what you want. Oracle being banned. Interesting. Yeah, that was unexpected. Oracle being banned? Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. I wonder why.
10 seconds remaining.
I assume Horchata probably has had a lot more time to,
5 seconds remaining.
you know, look at old games of Davis and things like that, or games this season, and what they've been doing, scrim against them maybe. So that seems very targeted.
Yeah, I mean, in the game we cast at 4 p.m. today, we saw the Huskar ban aggressively too. So, yeah, I mean, you don't really pick an Oracle in this patch unless you have an Huskar. I can't really think of a case where I've seen Oracle much outside of a Huskar lineup.
He was picked in that one game where then Huskar was counterpicked, but with no...
Yeah, but they were meaning to pick a Huskar. But Necro gets banned out.
We'll never know if they were meaning to pick it, because it didn't get picked, because the other team took it.
But they just took a Death Prophet instead, and they were very happy with it, and then the Huskar absolutely got wrecked. But the thing is, yeah, you need to take Oracle with characters that can heal themselves. Either it be a Huskar or a Death Prophet or someone like along those lines. Bloodseeker is another popular ban at second phase here, and Pugna is also along with
Radiant
those
team
lines.
ban.
It's going to be the Puck ban instead.
Dire team pick.
And a Chaos Knight band. Yeah, I mean, I love all of these bands because these bands show more of a recognition with each other's teams. They are more specific rather than just going for general meta bands. And I mean, also the reason why we see all those general meta bands right now is because we're so very early on into the CSL season. A lot of these teams don't know each other. They don't have a lot of data on each other. So they're just going for something that's safe and something that works. But as the weeks develop, we're in week 3 now. So as it goes on, we're more likely to see more of these specific bands come out constantly.
Okay, my game randomly took me back to the menu, so enjoy that. And I had
No
to
worries.
Dire team
I mean, nothing is special going on right now. I mean, they still haven't picked Horchata, San Diego. They're running their reserve time quite low right now. They're down to 30 seconds. Nothing picked yet.
Radiant team pick.
Here it comes. It is going to
It's
be
the Underlord.
It's the Underlord. We've been seeing him a lot recently.
Yeah, I've always really liked him, but he definitely had a falling off.
Yeah. I guess the more and more
Seconds
this
remaining.
season is going on, this patch is going on, these safe offlaners are being really favored here. Someone that can farm and keep themselves safe in that offlane because so many safe lanes go aggressive in this day. Like we saw in our 4 p.m. game, we saw like their safe laners were always aggressive. We had a Chaos Knight, we had a Razor, we had Bloodseekers, right? Like no one really runs like passive safe lanes a lot anymore.
Dire team
So going for something like Abyss on the Lord just makes it safe. And speaking of Bloodseeker, Davis picks it up right here.
So this is gonna put, as we saw in the 4 p.m. game. Oh, another Ember Spirit as well. How? Regardless, it's gonna put pressure on UC San Diego. They have to get kills, because if they don't, if they go for a gank and don't get any kills, then they're gonna start getting low, and it opens up the counterplay to Bloodseeker really, really hard. So that
5
might
seconds
actually
remaining.
kind of bait. Do you think that might bait San Diego into making some overly aggressive plays that Davis counters on?
It could be, but I wouldn't necessarily call this a great Bloodseeker game because Bloodseeker is susceptible to getting
Dire team ban.
like
Healed.
bursted. And healed, of course. If Bloodseeker gets ice blasted, the hero is useless. He takes so much damage from the ice blast because he's usually going to be blood raged. And also, if Ember Spirit ever chains him and he gets a triple remnant, Bloodseeker just gone.
10 seconds remaining.
But Davis is going to
5
kind of cover their weaknesses with this Viper here. Bloodseeker is very squishy, so they want to take a very tanky mid laner in the Viper, so a Bloodseeker can have some kind of room to maneuver during team fights. So all the attention isn't just on him.
Davis, Enigma, get it, do it.
Anyway, how good is Numa here?
They don't have a lot of ways to cancel his black hole.
They have the Night Stalker abilities, and that's it right now. Ember Spirit and Chain, but it gets pretty hard to
seems
chain
unlikely,
someone
yeah.
who's doing black hole. But yeah,
Yeah.
there is the ban though. San Diego saw it coming, just
Boo!
like we did, so there it is. A good call though, very good
5
call.
seconds remaining.
You have the same game sense as Win My Strongest over on San Diego drafting.
Yeah, it sets up Blood Rights, Macropyres, and the
Radiant
Echo
team
Slams that
Yeah.
it's too good to pass up, I think, for them right now. Or ECSD just sees the value in it.
Interesting, a Troll Warlord ban. I would not have thought a Troll Warlord would be the pick here for San Diego, but there isn't a lot of good carries right now. We were talking about the Faceless Void earlier, but this is not a good Faceless Void game. You Chrono and and you
You're
don't
not
want to
gonna be
Chrono
able to kill
Viper.
much.
Like, but Viper's gonna be in the front. Earthshaker's gonna Fisher you. Jakiro's gonna Ice Path you and then Macro you, and Bloodseeker's gonna Blood Right you. Like, it's awful. It's an awful Void game. So
Yeah, PL not great here either, which is someone we've been seeing a lot.
yeah. So Earthshaker is going to be the off lane here. And Spirit Breaker being picked up. Final pick. Actually, surprised it got this far. Is going to be the position 4.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, so
I think they might go
Horchata.
something for something pretty aggressive like
5 seconds
that
remaining.
Razor that we saw earlier is on the table.
I actually love Razor here. You're right. Like there isn't a lot of good carries here, but someone's tanky in the early game, they can fight on the early game. Like Razor could be the choice here. He's going Phantom Lancer.
TL.
You mentioned him earlier, but
I don't think
yeah,
he's very
not
good
great
here.
Phantom. No, it's just it's a rough game for Phantom Lancer. He doesn't have a good way to shine. The Blood Right does a lot of work against him. Jakiro obviously counters his entire kit. Earthshaker, I don't even need to talk about it. And Spirit Breaker to a certain extent can do decent work too.
Yeah,
charging
just
through
charging
all
through
that,
them
yeah.
really messes up his day. And once if he's just a single guy or he knows which one it is, once he locks that charge in, it's just gonna stay on the actual one, and it helps his team. He can't do cheeky, doppel plays.
Yeah. Ooh, Viper with the fancy head cosmetic.
Ooh, the
That's the,
Crimson Witness.
Yeah, it's the TI First Blood treasure. I wonder what his name is. What's his name? Do you remember on the player sheet? Vipers.
I don't. I can look right
Yeah.
now. I've got the schedule.
Or we can just
Well,
call him
there's-
Viper.
Oh, the biology. Biology's got a different name. There's
Right.
God, none of their names match.
Alright, we'll just call Viper this game. Because I cannot read Chinese. Alright, so into the game we go.
Prepare for battle.
All right, so while we are here, let's let you know who is playing on the UC Davis side. The Aggies, it's going to be Lucky 57 playing our Bloodseeker. Meanwhile, Chocobo is going to be on the Spirit Breaker. Earthshaker will be played by Zycon. Viper is Viper. And Jakiro is Biology.
And
None of these
over.
names match their official player names, so that's what we're going with.
Yeah, once we get the ticket up, we'll be able to get more official names enforced into these lobbies. Well, over on San Diego side, we have With My Strongest on the Ember Spirit, Life So Tough on the Underlord, Shabu on Night Stalker, Lydimer on Ancient Apparition, and finally Attila on Phantom Lancer.
30 seconds to battle.
Actually, you know what's funny? Because Phantom Lancer's design is Monkey King's design. He was the Monkey King before Monkey King was in the game.
Yes.
So Attila is actually still playing Monkey King. When I saw that trailer for Monkey King at TI, I almost thought it might be a Phantom Lancer Arcana.
It sure looked like it. I mean, the illusions that he was sending out didn't look like. He looked like he was doing just a bunch of PL stuff.
Yeah. Alright. So nothing funny going at the start, just everyone's going to take their own runes here. Earthshaker obviously blocking his lane up with that Fisher. This is going to get the creeps right in front of his towers, so he's going to be able to secure the first lane of XP with no trouble. He's actually going to also get some help from biology here, so it's going to be a dual lane. Life So Tough on the off lane, just constantly spamming the Firestorm and canceling it. He was doing this last game too.
Yeah, and they'll even do it with the Pit of Malice.
Shabu in the mid lane. Being slowed up, but there's no bashes.
Chocobo in the middle of this dropped a ward. I don't think that got spotted.
Yeah, that was very sly, because he was going for an auto attack at the same time.
You sly dog. Alright, Attila taking a good amount of harass, but I don't think Zycon and Biology are going to be able to keep this up. Attila getting very low from it, though.
Yeah. Biology did take the point in Liquefier first, which does slow attack speed.
Charge coming on a Shuabu. He's going to connect. He's just keeping him off to the side. Viper does not look interested in coming in on this.
Yeah, he's going to
Life's
drive
a
him
tough
off the
chase.
divide now.
Getting chased down by Lucky. This could be a first blood. That will be it. He's popped the salve, but it's not going to be enough.
Chocobo now went a little bit too aggressive against Shuabu. He's losing this right-click battle.
Yeah.
He pops the salve even when he's denied.
No, but he was
Nice.
getting, yeah, he was taking damage.
Yeah. But now Ludimer's going to get found. And he's definitely going to go down here, I think. He's getting slowed up, but he's going to get denied too? Oh, he's going to get it.
Oh, that was close.
But yeah, like that mid-game engagement between... I didn't think the Shabu and the Chocobo were going to be fighting to the death constantly. But Spirit Breaker getting out-muscled by the Night Stalker, unfortunately. Without the bash, Spirit Breaker can't really do much.
Behold, a subtle burn.
Interestingly, Chocobo is deciding to walk out from base instead of charging out.
That is interesting. Life's so tough just spamming up the Firestorm still.
You know, it's just to distract the opponent and just to make yourself just slightly bit more, I guess, harder
Difficult.
to predict.
Yep.
But usually Underlords can kind of grind out the other safe laner because he damages so consistent and good. But it's pretty hard to do against Bloodseeker, who can heal himself up so easily.
Charge on Life's so tough. Coming through. It's going to connect.
Radiant's bottom
Hit,
tower is
but
under attack.
he's a little too far back, so he turns around immediately and wants to try and get some damage onto Chocobo. He's got a Firestorm. He wants Shuabu. He throws the Void. If he can get a right click on him, Shuabu's still not close enough. Now Bloodright's going to force them out of here in a counter charge. They connect on Shuabu. Shuabu taking quite a lot of damage, but they're fighting in the Firestorm right now. Lucky could turn around. He needs one more hit to get the kill, but his Blood Rage has worn off. Shuabu's going to be able to salve up into the trees. Now he cancels that and gets it. Here comes the Bloodright. One more shot. He heals up. Continues going Ludimer. Big engagement here at the top. Zycon barely able to make it out of the cold feet. Ludimer is going to have to use his salve. Oh, in the mid as well. With my strongest getting chased down from Viper. And gets
Bot lane still
killed.
now.
Hurry
Lucky.
up, trying to go on Life So Tough. Shuabu is back here. Chocobo is pretty low. He's going to stop them from being able to attack too much. They get the Void out, but now Lucky, oh, he was blocking up Shuabu a bit. Or Chocobo. Alright, are we done now? Jeez, you guys.
Yeah, that was a non-stop fight in all three lanes. So still, Davis doing quite well here. 4 kills to 1. Obviously, the early deny on the Spirit Breaker helps quite a bit. But it is nighttime. It is time for Shabu to shine here on this Night Stalker.
Unfortunately, still only level 2. He's actually stacking up a camp, and he wants to see if there's something he can do to get that level 3.
Yeah, he's going to be able to afford his boots still, finally. Which will open him up to a bit more ganks here. My strongest getting charged up, but he did pick up a haste rune, so this is going to be a very hard gank. Oh, and
He even
great
cancels
chain.
it with the chains. And now could be looking to go onto Chocobo. He doesn't have his remnants yet. He's not super close to getting them. Chocobo just dodges into the trees and with my strongest bails.
Yeah, very well played by my strongest. He pushed him on the high ground and chained Chocobo in the perfect position, so Viper wasn't in a position to be able to help him out. He got a lot of damage on the Spirit Breaker, which forces out the mid shrine, which can open up future opportunities against this Viper.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I forgot about something. The Spirit Lance Cold
top
Feet
lane.
combo is disgusting, and they're not quite using it how they want to. Ludimer gets killed by Zycon. Zycon has Cold Feet on him, and he's actually going to go down. He ran too circularly here. Charge coming onto Attila. Attila might not be able to make it out of this. Charge is going to connect, and now just a bash on the first hit will drop that kitty face. Shuabu trying to go on to Viper right now, or Viper going aggressively, and Shuabu going to get taken out himself while trying to defend his Ember Spirit. He did get the Ember Spirit out of there and safe, so worthy and valuable. Charge coming in onto Strongest. It's in a position that's going to be somewhat hard to see. Actually, Chocobo is going to cancel that.
Yeah, he didn't want to get chained on their tier 2 tower. I think it was a smart cancel.
School, give it.
Yeah, very rough start here for San Diego, but on top of that, I don't even think they do better in the mid game here. It takes such a long time to turn on, and Final Answer, even after he gets turned, gets a lot of items here, I don't think he will be able to shine this game, even in the late game against these heroes. Blitmer getting charged up again. Great Fisher blocking him
Fisher
up.
blocks him off, and Zyklon's coming up onto the high ground. There's the Enchant Totem. Cold Feet is on him right now, but Zyklon should be able to just walk out of that one. This ward just got pinged. I'm wondering if they don't have detection on it, so...
Oh, yeah, it's barely out of range? Or is that in range? That's like standing right on top of the line.
It looks out of range.
Yeah.
Like if you go more over top of it, or not directly over top, but where the ward is straight up and down, the line is just short. Although
Right.
it is intersecting with the circle. I don't know
Dire's middle tower
if that is.
We'll see. If they clear it, they see it. If they don't, they don't.
Lucky just barely makes it out of the bottom, and now a charge is coming through onto With My Strongest. Once again, canceling that charge with his chains. Shuabu is here, and they are going to be forced back. With an unsuccessful gank. Lucky getting his namesake, Lucky.
Top lane, there's a fight to the death here
Zyklon
between.
versus Attila.
They're just gonna say goodbye after losing the same amount of health. Shovu finds a Invis Rune on the Night Stalker. Still only level 2, and it is daytime.
Still, if you
Mid
find
lane.
Chocobo right here, they could probably get him. Viper going very aggressive once again. This man.
Already taken on the tower. Jeez, I didn't even know where they took that out.
Shuabu finds Biology. Damage is coming in. They're going on to Life So Tough. And now
Tough
comes
has
the
been
Dual
ruptured.
Breath onto Life So Tough. He's ruptured up and just taking a lot of damage. Shuabu gonna try and maybe get something done here. No, he is gonna stay invisible and stay the hell out of it.
Yeah, not much you could have done. Underlord having a very rough time
Dire's
here.
middle tower is under attack.
Actually, every lane having a rough time. All three
Yeah.
lanes lost.
On the net worth, every single one of them is behind.
And now what you'll be seeing in the laning phase, so important here in this patch. There are ways to come back in the mid game, but not with a team like this.
Yeah, and PL Ember are just gonna have such a timer to get online.
Yeah. And Ember still doesn't even have an Aquila. Why that's a poor Ember. Not even an Aquila at almost 10 minutes in.
Goo!
Yeah, it's gonna be a late boost of travels unless you get some good picks here. But everyone on the side of Davis is either tanky or very elusive. Top lane is getting charged up. Attila gets stunned, but Chocobo cancels his charge. Didn't want to charge on their tower.
Alright, they catch Life is Tough, and they're going to be able to get a Rupture onto him. Hold him in place, Dual Breath as well as the Ice Path. Now, Hitamalis going to do some return damage. Lucky's got to run away from the Cold Feet. Life So Tough trying his best not to move.
Oh my god.
Going to be able to get some shots. And go down. Now, Blood right onto Ludimer. Just some damage. Lucky not able to heal up off of that Blood Rage. Here comes a charge from Chocobo onto the bottom. It's on Ludimer. They should have been able to see that, and With My Strongest is now coming in. Should be able to blow up Lucky. Oh, the remnants are going to be a little bit short. Ludimer, Strongest cancels the charge. Once again, 3 of them getting so low. The Blood Right, it takes out 1, but they're picking the target that he wants. Lucky, not getting lucky today. One going to TP out, and the other one on the run, so that looked like what was going to be 3 kills. Only going to turn out as 1, but it was on the most important target.
Yeah, that's gonna give Ember Spirit a lot of money.
Shuabu
That
in
single
the
kill
mid.
gave him 717.
Bam, bam. Viper's
my
chasing him
goodness.
down with
Dire's
Viper
middle
strikes.
tower is under attack.
And Viper, as if he needed more tankiness, went first item Hulu Defiance. This man is absolutely unstoppable. And while this is all going on, fights in the bottom, he just been in the lane, taking a tier 2 at 11 minutes.
Zyklon could be
just
going
by
down
himself.
here. Oh, he goes. He takes down to the cold feet. He committed that Echo Slam, but Bloodseeker's here. Gets the the charge is going to be dodged by Lucky. Very nice, or by Attila there. Fortunately, Lucky finishing him off as we expected he would.
Yeah. Whenever you overextend just even a slight bit against Bloodseeker and ruptures up, he's gonna punish you for it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they're gonna look to take the last tier 1 tier in the top. Actually, never mind. There's still a tier 1 in the bottom. I just thought because there's a tier 2 taken in mid, I didn't think this would be still up. But here it is.
Viper is here at the bottom, and Bloodseeker. He's already got a Blade Mail up and ready to work on that Radiance. God, Viper
These
hits from
pushes
far
don't
away
stop.
Dire's top
Yeah.
tower is under
with a Dragon Lance. Not even able to get the deny.
tower has fallen.
10k net worth lead at 12 minutes here.
Oh my.
And with my strongest about to pick up Boots of Travel, but as we mentioned in the last game that we casted, that Boots of Travel get weaker and weaker as more and more towers they lose. It just gives you less places to TP too. So his still game is not still over yet. They still have
Charge
two
coming
tier
on
two-
with my strongest. They hit him. Ice Blast is going to counter into Chocobo, but the Nether Strike goes into with my strongest. They drop an Ice Path as well. He gets caught
my
into the
God,
Blood
wow.
Right, and now Life's So Tough could be in a bad position here. Macro Pyre gets laid down. It's going to catch 3. That Pit of Malice was canceled. They might be able to go for him again. Biology TP's out, and Lucky was looking to go fight some more. Lucky wants to fight onto Attila. He pops his Blade Mail and drops a Blood right away. Oh, they
great
stopped
fissure.
Attila with the fissure. He's stuck with Lucky now, trying to make his way away. No Doppel for 10 more seconds, but Lucky not going to chase it down and press his luck. Not getting lucky this time. He is showing its skill.
I love how Attila used the Phantom Rush to get out of that situation. He didn't have the doppelganger, but he had the sight on those Augur creep there. So he just right-clicked on them, which gave him the burst movement speed from Phantom Rush to get away. Ooh, with my strongest, deciding to go for a Radiance build. I do not think this is a game for Radiance here for the Ember Spirit. I mean, it's a good item if you have it, but I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get it. Bottom lane, Shabu getting chased down again. That's going to force him back into base.
Radiant's top tower.
What a rough game. Nice
But
stalker.
Davis is smoked up right here. They're waiting for someone to come out.
Yeah.
Viper's just pushing the lane, waiting for a response, and they're going to come storming in here.
Radiant's top tower.
Life So Tough is playing it careful though. Yeah, they know they can't fight them right now, so they might just concede this tower over. But
No.
Balancer,
It's going to get found
Oh,
immediately
instant
right
stun.
in the Echo Slam, Fissure, Ice Path, everything committed. Oh my.
Radiant's middle tower is
oh my god, there was no doubt. Psychon saw it, instantly committed the
under
Echo.
Dire's bottom tower.
Nothing
They're-
they could do to respond.
They were prepping for it as well. Anyone to show up. Lucky was just keeping the Blood Rage on the Earthshaker, on Zyklon.
Yeah. God damn, that took just half of Balancer's life from the start. They didn't even need to use Rupture there, but they know they can't go high ground just yet. They're probably going to look to take this final tier 2 and maybe a Roshan before they do that.
Yeah, this is the standard formula. Outer Towers, Roshan, 1 tier 3 into Shrines, and then you can, if you're ready to go high ground, then you start picking at it. If not, then you use your map control to get to the point where you're ready to go high ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with my strongest, should probably move away from this Radiance build. I think something like a Helm of, not Helm, what is that thing called? Veil of Discord looks a
Yeah.
lot better here. Much better build up. It makes him tankier against this lineup.
And he can
Increase
get
the
better
damage.
burst, yeah.
Yeah, increase the damage that Ludmer does on the Ancient Apparition. Increase the damage of Firestorm on Life So Tough. It's just a great item all around for his team.
And not to mention, let's say he gets the Radiance up, he's going to want to be,
Under attack.
you know, out in lanes and in the jungle farming, using it. That's going to be a pretty dangerous prospect for this team he's going against.
Yeah. And the final tower already gets taken at 16 minutes and 13k net worth.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And we say, you know, if the net worth eclipses like 1k net worth lead per minute, yeah, it's at a point where it's basically impossible to come back. And it's getting pretty close to that.
Visibility.
And they're going for the Roshan exactly like we said, it is a formula. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Should probably Blood Rage up the Roshan. Lucky he's Blood Raging his teammates or himself, but you won't Blood Rage Roshan because then you're basically Blood Raging your entire team.
Yes.
And they're going to take it down without trouble though. There it goes. The Blood Rage comes out just a second too late though. Viper.
Zycon has an Echo Slam. He's going to use it with that Invis rune. They catch two and immediately take him down. This opens the high ground attempt pretty
That couldn't have
well.
Yeah, that couldn't have been any more perfect there. Perfect Invis rune. And then they just got the Roshan too. It's, I don't know. I don't know if it could have worked out any better. But actually, they're going to be up by the time they hit these creeps hit the high ground. And we forget that it's 17 minutes and both these
yeah.
supports are very underfed.
Dire's middle tower.
But nevertheless,
Here
they're
comes the
going
damage. Yeah, they've got Jakiro, so they can slow siege it if they want. Frontline with Viper. They go on Viper. They got counter initiation, and Viper's a tanky boy with an Aegis. They're gonna have to expend a lot. There's great wave clear on Davis as well.
Yeah, I love that they gave the Aegis to Viper. A lot of times they want to give the Bloodseeker because it's squishy, but his role right now is to push towers. And he's doing that well. Might want to Blood Rage him up and then give him some health.
They've
Aaron
got
also
Urns.
does a lot of work, yeah.
Already more than half life
he's
gone on
still-
the tier
oh,
3.
he's standing still in frozen cold feet.
It's a bait.
Yeah, maybe he's actually waiting. Yeah, he's just standing still on cold feet.
Rupture gonna go onto Shuabu. They get him with a fissure as well. Now into the Bloodright. AA Blast coming
Bloodseeker's
out. It
dead.
hits Bloodseeker down in the front lines. And this will be enough to put the tamper on this high ground attempt. But quite a bit of damage into this tier 3.
Yeah, that looks like there was a bait on top of a bait. Viper just standing still the entire duration of cold feet, baiting out the Night Stalker to hop out, and he got ruptured. Shabu went back. He knew his team was about to back him up. And we were talking about during the draft phase that Ice Blast on Bloodseeker will just completely end his day.
That happened
Only-
quite quickly after that Ice Blast
Yeah.
impacted.
And he was so close to he was so close to his Sacred Relic too. But I'll be up for pushing immediately again as soon as Bloodseeker is up, which he is now. Aegis is still up. They still got a good time on it. Although it is going to be nighttime by the time they start pushing. Attila getting charged up.
Yep. We got a
Ludimer.
Rupture onto Ludimer. He immediately just glimmers. Oh, and goes invisible and he's out of there. Attila doppling up to the high ground and now making his way away. He has the Drums of Endurance on him actually, and is going to pop that, making his way to the high ground. Chocobo will connect and now should be able to go with the Nether Strike, but instead gets silenced up here in the front line. AA Blast coming in the back. It's going to charge, fly through, only catches Viper. Lucky is going to be okay for now. And they lose the Spirit Breaker.
Wow, San Diego playing perfectly right now in this high ground defense. And that's going to prevent them from fighting again for another 30 seconds before Spirit Breaker can make it back into a team fight. If they can keep this up, they'll be able to give themselves more space for their cores to farm.
Yeah, and this Radiance on Ember could start paying itself some dividends if they're able to do this. One thing Davis has shown is that their map control and map vision is amazing, is very good. They're getting so many, they're making so many things happen because of their vision that I suspect Strongest is going to have a hard time making that Radiance work for him. In fact, he's about to get caught out. Does he have a remnant in the base? Yes, he does.
Attila has a ward on top of him, so he sees everyone else coming. It's going to be cleared up.
Oh, Jakiro, I don't think he's gonna get this ward. Oh, so close. Almost expired.
Gets the money. Alright, so 1 more minute left on this Aegis if they want to make something out of it, but it might be a little bit risky trying to go for it here.
Yeah, looks like they don't want to. Man, if they could just keep the pressure up on the mid, I think a few more liquid fires would have been more than enough to take that tier 3.
Yeah. So I feel like with my strongest might prove me wrong with this Radiance choice. He's actually farming up quite well.
Yeah. Viper's out in the front. Aegis is
18
down in
seconds.
15 seconds. He needs to stay in if he's going to use this and get out if he's going to get out. 10 seconds left on it. If he could just use it and kill himself, this will be a good thing.
Suicide.
5. There it goes. Aegis
Ooh.
goes down. 5 seconds left on the Aegis. It's going to be a fresh Viper and a lot of skills used. No ultimate. Ice Blast is still up.
Radiant's top
Or no ultimates used, I should say. And they get a little bit more damage, but still 500 HP on this tier 3. With Strongest getting that relic up, this was really a big opportunity for them to be able to take down these shrines.
Yeah. Bloodseeker's about to get his Radiance up too, so that should be their next big timing here. Although Strongest will have it up in about
Not too far behind.
3
yeah.
minutes. Yeah, 2-3 minutes. Actually, just 2 minutes should be enough. The Radiance is on the courier for Lucky. Might want to go on Attila here, but he doesn't know which one's real. Oh, they know which one's real now.
He's charged up now. They've got a rupture onto him. Nether Strike not used yet. He's in the pit,
no,
just
this
hanging
looks
out.
bad.
There we go. Nether Strike. It's going to get some extra rupture damage. Attila trying to make it to the high ground, fighting away, but will finally go down to the burn. AA gets taken out, and Underlord, while only losing the Spirit Breaker. UC Davis, they should be pretty ready to take the high ground. It's going to be a buyback from Underlord, and they're going to come and try and fight, doing everything they can to preserve this Phantom Lancer's money, see if they can prevent him having to buy back Bloodright, used as a zoning tool. Life's so tough, he's got some Fire Blast down in a pit, onto the Bloodseeker. 7 more seconds for AA, and he will have Ice Blast as soon as he's back up. The tier 3 gets taken down, and Viper is ready to roll. They get that tier 3, and they are ready to go claim some shrines immediately to the top shrine.
Dire's top
Yeah, very well played here. They're constantly trying to make plays. That was very close to getting turned around, but thankfully the Ice Blast missed Lucky. If I think Lucky got hit by the Ice Blast, that went the opposite way. But they make the opening happen, took the tier 3,
Dire's top
and now getting additional money from these shrines.
And that's Radiance done for Ember.
Alright, see if you can do something here. So another thing about Radiance on Bloodseeker is that it's so good against PL, because on top of the fact that it burns PL's illusions really quickly, every single time PL illusion dies from his Radiance, he gets so much health back because those illusions still have good amount of maximum health.
1240.
Yeah.
Same amount as PL.
Dire's bottom shrine has
Alright,
fallen.
both shrines taken out, and now Davis wants to slip this noose tighter and tighter around San Diego. They see this remnant. Oh, this could be big.
But there's a ward here. Ember Spirit knows not to TP onto it. Or unless he gets NC. Or he gets NC. No, he actually remnants on spot.
Back, but Nether Strike's going to take him out.
Yeah. Wow. That was perfectly played. There's nowhere for him to go. Okay. They actually, with that, they declared the ward because they knew why Ember Spirit wasn't coming back. But yeah, that was awful spot for the Ember to be in. If he stays, he dies. If he goes, he dies. Shabu getting ruptured up in the mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Trying to make his way back. He gets to his shrine. Shuabu, he's going to put the miss on him, but will go down to Viper. Now Viper putting the damage to Life So Tough. Life So Tough. Nah, this Ember, or this Underlord, so tough. Barely getting any damage onto him.
Yeah. Great shrine usage. But now there is backdoor protection on these racks, so it's going to save a lot of damage on these for a little while.
Some time, yeah. Lucky going to be able to fight into these illusions. Not blood raging himself for it, but Just chilling out. And here we have the creeps. Now the damage is going to come a-flowing out of these winged bastards. Ward goes down on the high ground. Oh, Jakiro jumps forward, throws an ice path backward, then gets Force Staff back. Ember does go down in the low ground, caught by the fissure. They're ready to charge the rest of them. Spirit Breaker, or excuse me, Bloodseeker. Going down on Attila right now. Bloodright should be picking him up. He's going to pick up 1 and 2. The Dark Rift isn't able to go off. And now they've got a clear shot at these barracks, at least two sets. Cleaning up this mid lane and one more. Should be pretty easy here in the top.
Very incredibly well played by Davis. They ran into a couple of walls, but they kept at it. They didn't let up. A lot, I think, teams might have been just demoralized and just went back to farming jungle for the next like 10 minutes. But they knew their timing was now, and they just kept pushing it. And eventually, they broke the high ground. And it's going to be a really hard game for San Diego to win.
They
Oh no!
might even be able to go for the third. They killed Chocobo, and that is going to be a GG call.
Chocobos go the celebratory Nether Strike
into the fountain to clean up the Ember Spirit as well. Ancient to fall. What happened this game, Golgi?
I think the draft. Yeah, they're super early game team from Davis and a super late game team from San Diego, and yeah, we know how that goes. Super early game team will beat the late game team.
All right, congratulations to the Aggies taking game 1 in this best of 3 series here at CSL 2017-2018 season. Let's take a short break, and we'll see you guys in game 2.